All right, so President Trump is blaming the Somali community out there. Close to 90,000 Somalis live in Minnesota, most in Minneapolis, St. Paul. And the reason they live there is because that was a magnet in the beginning when the first Somalis came over. And that's what always happens. Ethnic groups go to where their predecessors are. So the Irish went to Boston and New York. The Italians went to New York. That is the pattern of migration. Mexicans go to California. All right, so Somalis headed on in. Now, the President of the United States, and I talked to him about this directly a few days ago, does not think in general the Somali community really helps this country. Okay, and he's pretty blunt on it. And part of that is their congressperson, Omar, who is a far left, progressive, put any other adjective you want in there, but Trump despises her. And now, with this massive fraud, he is down on the Somali community. So what happened? Okay, so under the Biden administration, trillions of dollars flowed into communities all over the United States during the COVID years. They were unregulated. The money was not watched by feds or state. That's on Biden's watch. Remember, Joe Biden, the 4 years he was in, highest spending president by far in U.S. history, ran up the debt in an astronomical way. So the money pours in to Minnesota, all right? And then three big schemes emerge, all right? Fraud, absolute fraud. Now, if you want to learn about that, you can go and do the Nexus search or the Wikipedia or whatever, Feeding Our Future. I mean, they all got names. But it would be too much for me to explain all this fraud. But they were diverting money. The criminals were diverting money that was supposed to be used to help people into their own pockets in three major ways. Total money, $1 billion. Whoa, 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 whoa. $1 billion. All right, so there have been 87 people charged with crimes, 61 already convicted. These are federal charges. 79 of the 87 Somalis, according to the Hill newspaper, did analysis. So it was a Somali problem. Okay. Now, the government of Minnesota, as you may know, is very liberal. All right. Tim Walz, former vice presidential candidate under Kamala Harris, is the governor. Okay, there he is. There's Tim. Apparently, Tim says he didn't know anything about this. Hard to believe, but that's what he says. Democrats control the Senate in Minnesota. The Attorney General is a Democrat. House in Minnesota is Republican. But nobody knew about this for years and years and years and years. It's unbelievable, disturbing. Why? This is what the Wall Street Journal wrote on December 4th. Quote, Democrats won't acknowledge fraud because they want more Americans on the dole. Welfare is central to their political business model. Republicans who make the scandal about immigration are missing the point and missing an opportunity to educate Americans about the entitlement state grift. Okay. I wrote a column yesterday on BillO'Reilly.com. I got into this a bit. But Minnesota is second in means entitlement spending behind Massachusetts. Ready for the stat? $46,000 per welfare recipient in Minnesota. $46,000. The state funnels into entitlements, not Social Security or Medicare and anything like that, giving people stuff. And they're proud of it. Proud of it. It is the second, the second state that spends that much. Minnesota. It's only 6 million people there. They spend more on means entitlement in California. It's just crazy. It really is crazy. Tim Walz, vice presidential candidate. Okay. Now, the population of, as I said, is approaching 90,000 Somalis. I'm adding legal and illegal in there. And if you criticize the Somali community, who is obviously behind, most of them, this fraud, you get branded a racist. Here is the Minnesota Lieutenant Governor, Peggy Flanagan. Go.
You know, this vile, racist stream of consciousness from President Old Man Yells at Cloud. You're disgusting. And the people of this country deserve so much better. I just watched the video of Donald Trump attacking the beautiful Somali community that calls Minnesota home. They are part of the fabric of our state.
Yeah, well, I can't argue with the problem with part of the fabric of your state, madam, but you don't care about $1 billion grift, apparently. Let's face it, the U.S. economy is under stress. National debt rising, trade war shaking the markets. And meanwhile, China is dumping the dollar and stockpiling gold. That's why I protected my savings with physical gold and silver through the only dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. And you can do this. Get precious metals delivered to your door or place in a tax-advantaged gold IRA. They'll even help you roll over your existing IRA or 401k, tax and penalty free. With billions in precious metals delivered, thousands of 5-star reviews, and an A+ from the Better Business Bureau, you can trust American Hartford Gold as I do. Please call 866-501-5201 or text BILL to 65532. Again, that's 866-501-5201 or text BILL to 65532. Thank you for watching. To view full episodes of the No Spin News anytime, sign up to become a BillO'Reilly.com premium or concierge member today.